All right. So we've played one. So I qualified. I have no idea how I qualified. I came in with a 10. The only reason I qualified is because of the expansion zones. And I dropped hole number 7 and hole number 9. I lost it at the end. I was just trying to play a nice clean round, just shoot minimum score -12 and roll on down the road. And what my whole goal is to put myself in the right spot on every single hole so that I have a shot at the cup. So if it's a par 3, par 4, par 5, I need that first shot to put me in the right spot. So that's the whole goal. And I did achieve my goal of just playing minimum score on the front. And I did put myself in a few spots. I had some shots. But I didn't capitalize on anything. But I am taking notes. So I do have some notes now. So I should be able to improve from where I was before. We'll see. Hole number 1. I'm taking an extra mile. What is hole number 1? I forget what the holes look like. That's why I have to. I was so excited when they came out, when Golf Clash Notebook came out, and they had the pictures on the first hole. They had these big pictures where we could go look at them and we could zoom in on them and we could really take a look at it instead of those little teeny icons or thumbnails, because they don't tell me shit. We're trying to go this way to get out of it here and then take this shot. That's what we are doing. And I'm taking a extra mile and a Kingmaker selected. I'm running max topspin and then I'm pulling back to the +5 mark. That gives me room on headwind days. So we're going to run all the topspin. And we want to be right down through the middle of that. We're going to do 1.1 times 5.1 divided by 2.1. It's 267. Probably turn my grid back on. There's 2, 5, 6, 7. And 1 ring grate to the right. Damn, is there anything else that we could have done wrong on that? Let's see where it ends up. I run out of room faster on the right, so there's a bigger chance that I'll end up in the rough. If that happens again, I'm going to have to pull it back to the +0 mark. I want to make sure. I'd rather be short and in the fairway using my best clubs. Not that I can't make it from there. And the Nirvana is going to be an excellent club for it. Excellent. I gotta sneeze. My opponent hit theirs perfect. Oh, man, that felt so good. Woo! Where am I? Okay, there's max club. There's mid. So I'm in mid club. So it's 4 per ring. And I'm going to do +10 of the cup. So 1.1 times 5.1 divided by 4 is 1.4 rings. I'm going to put 2 backspin on it. Make sure I'm through the cup. 1.4 rings. .4. Hitting it perfect. Getting a hole. Oh, that was close. That was like maybe from that point I added on 10% to the cup. That might be like a 15 or a 20. That Nirvana's pretty accurate when your sand wedge and your rough irons, how we calculate their accuracy is different, because they hit from 1 inch in front of them to whatever their max distance is. So like a normal club, like a short iron, like a long iron hits max at 135, and I'm not sure what its minimum is, like 120, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it only has this spread. So when we say max, you're at 135, and when you're at mid, you're at 127, or, you know, if you were using one of the 135 clubs. But your rough iron, on the other hand, which if you have a Nirvana hits 135 from 1 inch to out. And so how you calculate its accuracy it's super accurate when you're within like half club, quarter club. You hear the thing at 16 per ring and you're thinking, wow, that sucks, but that's a very minute adjustment. If you had a 12-mile-an-hour wind, you'd move it, what, 3/4 of a ring? It's a very small movement. They're super accurate, especially when they get to 100% accurate, because then it really does work out. It really does. I don't know what the book, and I don't have no idea what the apps come up with for that, but I do make a lot of rough shots, especially if I know the wind. All right, I feel confident enough that I changed my notes on that to 15% instead of 10. Hole number 11. Hole number 11. A par 3. What are we doing on this par 3? We're doing a Sniper Katana. And I'm doing a rough bump. And I'm at Pro plus 50. 1.3. I'm at minimum club with plus 50. And I'm using which way's the wind blowing? With that wind, I'm going to use I don't want to practice. With that wind, I'm going to use a 3 power ball. And I don't think I need any more than 2 side spin. But I am going to I'll take that Kingmaker since I already have it selected. That bag will work. That bag will work. That dog will hunt. All right. 1.5 times the wind divided by 1.3. $5.4. I'm going to move it 6.32 rings. Hey, here I can see you. Hey, get where I can see you. Get where I can see you. There we go. 6.23 rings. There's 6.23. Oh, and I hit it great to the... If you're going to hit it great one way or the other, that's the better side, but I really would have liked to have seen what a perfect looked like on that, because that is close. That is right there. 50% at minimum club. I think I keep saying mid, and I apologize. It's minimum. I'm hitting it at 1.3 per ring. Minimum Sniper. And I'm not so sure with a 3 power ball that I shouldn't be hitting it at 1.2 per ring at minimum, but that would change that math. I'm too deep into it now. That's another thing about the wind ring method is I can say that this club is at 1.3 per ring, and you can say it's at 1.2, and that doesn't mean that we both can't find whatever the adjustment is. And you're like, hey dude, it's at a 20% at minimum club, and you're playing the minimum club at 1.2, and I try the minimum club and I have it written down, and like I said, I think it's wrong. I think it is 1.2, but I have it written down at 1.3, so I have 1.3 in my equation, and I keep doing your adjustment and it's not working. And that's because we're not starting off with the same base number. It's nice to have a general idea of where your clubs are, and then you can start hitting your clubs. You can go out there and go, hey, I just missed that. I just smoked the cup. If I would have added on plus 0.1, and the next time you take that shot, add on, do your normal stuff, and then just add on plus 0.1 and see if that moves it over. Plus 0.2. Here we go. It's a draw. All right. What is our next exciting hole? We have hole number 12. What is hole number 12? It's a par 5. Let's go look at it. What do my notes say? My notes say I'm doing an APOC. And I'm trying to get over into this area right here, and I brought a Kingmaker, I believe. I did it with a Kingmaker. We'll see if we can replicate this shot. I think I need to adjust this shot a little. Got a Kingmaker, and I'm going to take an APOC. I'm going to take that bag. And I'm going to take, I got the right ball, I got the right stuff. Five topspin. Plus 20 on the drive. 1.2 times whatever the wind is. Divided by 1.3. And I pulled back to the plus 6 mark. So I had room in front of me for headwind days. The deal is that I don't know where I'm at, because I hit a 2-ring grade to the right and I made it, and I hit a 2-ring grade to the left and I made it. And so I think from where I'm set up, if I hit it perfect, it's just right. But I don't know. How crappy is that? I don't know I don't know what the recovery ranges are here, like what the deal is. Okay, I'm 5 topspin, 3, 4, 5 topspin, 3 side spin. I'm at the plus 6 mark. 2.5 rings off. And I'm going to do 6.2 is 5.72 rings. There's 5.72 exactly. Max curl. Hitting it perfect this time. I've made it on a grate to the left and I've made it on a grate to the right, so we'll see if a perfect works out for me. And I ended up in the rough on the perfect. I thought I was going to over curl it there. So what I can do on that is, where I've got it set up at the very beginning of the shot where I'm 2.5 rings off, I can move it out a half a ring. And I can be 3 full rings off right here and do a max curl shot, and that'll separate me out. The other thing I can do on that too is I can push myself forward. Instead of going to the plus 6, I can go to like the plus 9, and I can push the shot forward, so a full but curl would work. There are several ways that you could fix that, depending on what part of your trajectory you need to fix. I think I would start off by being the 3 rings off and see where that put me. I have a feeling I'm going to get used to my rough iron. Where am I at? There's max. There's mid. I'm in like 3/4. Get back as far as I can. $4.7. I'm going to do 5. Just 2.5 rings. Hitting it perfect. Close. And that was just a straight up. I had a little extra on there, but it wasn't even 5%. All right. The whole goal is to shoot minimum score and see if I can pick something up. So I'm achieving my goal. We'll see how high that gets me up in the charts. Coming in with a really crappy qualifying round. Super crappy. Lucky to have even made it. No practice whatsoever. Cold. Eight out of 10 times, well, no, 7 out of 9 times I would have forced a shootout, and 2 times I would have lost out on the course. All right, hole number 13. What is hole number 13? Hole number 13 is a par 3, and I'm bringing. Let's just get the stuff. I know I'm gonna just set the shot up. I'm bringing a Guardian and a Katana. And I'm doing 1-to-1 plus 50%, so it's 1.5 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.1. All right, here we go. Here we go. Getting out on the course. This could go horribly wrong, but I think I did learn something on this. The wind was blowing in the front side. Now this is it's a different hole. I'm doing a Guardian rough bump on the other hole, and it was failing. Like I was trying to hit on in the rough, and it hit me up on the plateau where the freaking pad was at. I think I figured it out. I think I did. It's a narrow freaking shot, I can tell you that. I'm gonna be curious to go through my weekend bracket. I'm gonna try diligently to go through my opening round bracket. I'll try and get it on video. And we'll see how many people fail on these par 3s, because like you want to come out and not, because I don't know about you, but I'm not good at long putts, and that to me is a long putt. And there's some of those, and there's some areas out here where I think you can get into some trouble. 6-8. It's 9.27 rings. There's one thing I did notice. I can get a little bit of spin. .27 rings. And there's 927. This is a dangerous angle to be over pulling. To be testing out a 50% wind adjustment, that's a dangerous angle, because you can it still pushed me off even with the 50%. %50 at max. 1.1 per ring. That's a dangerous angle to be over pulling. I have to go back and watch that video and see like where it put me in the fairway, because it seemed like I was like it pushed me out where I was aiming. All right. Another one bites the dust, yeah. And another one down, and another one down. Okay, the next hole I've got on my notes, let's set the bag up. I've got an APOC and a Berserker. And it says, okay, I know what hole this is. I don't even need to look at it. This is one of those holes you're going to have to set up every time a little bit different in order to try and get the deal. With wind. APOC Berserker max topspin. Times the wind divided by 1.3. And I had on my notes to add on 10%. I like this wind angle. But what I really need to do is hit it perfect. That would be helpful. I think I actually over curled it last time, and so I don't need to do as much curl. My opponent's got a power 4 ball. See if they can get the, that was 3 rings right there. I think that APOC is 1.3, so 3 rings is 4. They did a little less than. Made it around the corner. Perfect. That's what they were trying for. That's what they got. Now you have a great shot from there. But why not go for it? Why not? Okay, 7.2, 6.1 rings. Jeez. There's 5, 6. I would have had to put more power on it and a little teeny bit more curl. I'm gonna get used to hitting my Nirvana today. I'm in that range though, that if I hit it perfect, it's going in the hole. My opponent has got a Thorn 9. Get in the hole. In the hole. Just a bit outside. Just a bit. If I hit this perfect, it's going in. I am. There's max. There's mid. There's quarter. Man, I'm in the 16th. And it is 7.4 divided by 16. 0.5 of a ring. And half a ring. Where's that put me? Oh. Those are right there. Right there. That adjustment, the flagpole was like this, and that adjustment put me right here on the flagpole. And here was the 3/4 mark, and here's the outside of the pin. And I moved it over to the 3/4 mark and split it. So if I'd have hit something great on the other side, I had a shot, depending on the wind, I may have had a shot of a one ring grate on the left going in the hole. Maybe it's a shot. If the speed would have had to been absolutely perfect. It's one of those deals where it gets to the edge of the cup and the speed's just right that it doesn't blow over it, it just falls into the cup. Shane! Come home, Shane! Alright, hole number 15. What is hole number 15? Hole number 15, I've got in my notes an extra mile and a berserker. Let's go look at this hole. Hole number 6. Hole number 6. Alright, I'm trying to go out here, and I over curled it last time, and where I'd set it up down here, I was kind of pinched up down here. I didn't like where I was set up, but I was trying to, my second bounce was in the rough, and I knew I was going to apply curl, and I was trying to establish like where that would come out. I was trying to clip the rough actually, and I'm going to move the shot out from here and be 3 rings off, and then not as much curl, and see if I can get to the fairway here. What I'll probably end up doing is getting stuck in the rough on this side. I'll over adjust it the other way, which is good because then I'll have them both on video. Then going into the next round, I'll know I can pick the middle. But in order to get this amazing thing done, I'm going to bring my extra mile, and I'm going to bring a berserker. Everything else is the same. Everything else is whatever club it is when I get there. I think it's a Sniper Grizzly. Maybe. And I'm doing plus 20 to the cup, whatever it is. And I'm doing plus 20 on the drive. 12.2 times whatever the wind is. 6 divided by 2.1 is 342. I got more top spin here. I'm going to bring myself out maybe 2.5 rings. 6, 3.5. 3.5. I'm going out to the black line, slightly past the black line and curl. Hitting it perfect. Let's see where I ended up with just a little bit of curl. I would have had to have, for the angle in here, if I get to the point where I can clip this fairway, so the fairway is running out like this and I'm in the rough over here, but the angle that I'm coming in at is crossing the fairway up here. So what I want is I want to clip the rough and then bleed out into the fairway, because if I hit the fairway, I'm going to have too much speed to have gotten me to that point that I'm going to end up running across the fairway and end up on the rough on the backside. And I'd rather be either in the rough on the front side or in the fairway. I'd prefer to be in the fairway. And I made the front lily pad with a katana. No, they're not in the front lily pad. They're on the lily pad. I'm gonna do 20% on this. So that would be that'd be 6-4, so that'd be 7-6. There's 2, 4, 6, 7, 6. And just hit it straight up. Isn't it perfect? Not trying to get greedy, I'm just trying to get up on the green so that I can recover. And man, that's the whole thing right there. Is I've seen a bunch of people do that. Like you need to make like a 20% or a big ass adjustment there because it's pushing it way off. I had plenty of room on that second bounce. I was worried about my first bounce, and then I trying to side spin myself around the corner so that I could separate myself a little bit, and it pushed me. I had to have had at least 2 rings down there, and it pushed me off 2 rings. That's big. Big. It's like 4 miles an hour. Big. All right, we can make this shot right here. All I gotta do is hit it perfect. Does it sound like a broken record? Does it sound like the same shit off as the last hole? Only this time it counts. If wind is a factor, that will go in. If wind is not a factor, that will still go in. If wind was not a factor, that might have went in. Arrgh. Dropped a shot. Shit, man. What kind of a player are you if you can't just play minimum score? I think there used to be some rule on that. If you were going up, like we had some deal, like if you're going up, you're moving up the scales. The whole goal is to just go out to start off with and shoot minimum score. I mean, you're talking about picking up shots. Hell, you can't even shoot minimum score. Every single shot that you pick up needs to be going towards trying to get you up the bracket, not covering your ass because you couldn't shoot minimum score. Hole number 15. And you have the right stuff. And you went and looked at the hole. Hole number 15. Hole number 6. Was that, did I practice that? No, I didn't. I had to have played that. We must be on hole number 7. We're on 15. No, that's hole number 6. Did I practice that? Maybe that was practice. Maybe I practiced that and I got it all. I think I might just shoot to where my opponent was shooting. And you don't have to bring out a big ball. But I think a 3 side spin ball is better. I'm going to bring out a Kingmaker just to respect the spot. And I'm going to bring out my number. Yeah, that is the bag. That is the bag. All right, here we go. Hole number 15. Wow, I'm glad I was was that practice? I'm still undecided on whether I actually was practicing that hole. I thought I dropped the shot. Did I get lucky? And actually, I usually get unlucky the other way, where I think I'm practicing and I'm actually playing the hole. But I actually get lucky and I thought I was playing the hole and I was practicing. You all know the answer. But I'm sitting here in the moment and I'm all dazed and confused. .47. I was adding on. If I added on, I'm going to do a 5.5. So there's the 1. There's the 5.5. and a grate, just for safety. All right, I made it over. I didn't make it all the way to the front, but I made it. I at least am in the fairway. Jeez, how hard is that? This hole was trying to be my nemesis. And it was 342, and I moved it 242. What were you thinking? I had the math right in front of me. I have my calculator right in front of me, and I didn't look at it. I plugged the number in, and then I didn't look at it. I eyeballed it. Up front would have been better, but I'm still happy that I'm in the fairway. Okay, and now it's just recovery time. I'm doing plus 20, 1.2 times 5.5, 6.6 rings. .6 rings. 5, 6, 6. And hit a 1 ring on the outside. And that actually helped me. I was afraid I was going to over curl it, but I wanted to see what the curl looked like there. You don't know until you try it. That seems like a shot that I might have to take. It would have been better to have a bigger club, like a big dog or my Cataclysm. I would have had the shot on this side. I could have started in this bottom corner and then brought it around with that side spin. This is where in my 77 account, it would be nice because I have a level 7 Cataclysm and it's got really good ball guide. It's got like 4.2 ball guide, so you can walk it around the corner and it hits farther than the Sniper. The Sniper ball guide's still a little better, and the Sniper is the truest one-to-one hitting club in the game. Like if you're at max club, it's 100%, it's one-to-one, and so there isn't another club in the game that's as good as a Sniper at that particular game. Isn't it perfect? In the hole, eagle. Woo! Damn, I feel like I just solved the Rubik's Cube in 2 seconds. Or did some master achievement by getting minimum score on that hole. Jeez, how hard was that? Could we make it any harder on ourselves? We could. I do like the look from the other side though. In my 77 account in Ricky, I'm definitely playing it to the left. And if I was interested in bringing out the right stuff, I could play it every time here, but you really need to bring out a Berserker. Hole number 7. Hole number 16? Yes, excellent. Hole number 7. Alright, this is the one I'm playing the rough bump on, and what I learned from watching, I went back and watched the video. I played this hole 3 times, and what I learned from watching the video, what I think I learned, is the first time I came out here and I had myself pretty close, not quite, but pretty damn close to dead center. I think I was 2 full rings off on the front, and I was not quite 2 full rings off in the back. And I hit it perfect, and I landed right here on the top. And the wind was blowing like this. The wind should not have pushed me changed my plane. It should have left me right where I was at. The second shot, I aimed in the same spot, but I was forward and I was only one ring. I was real close in the front. I was like one ring, and I hit it great. I made a wind adjustment, and I hit it great to the left, and it hit the rough and bled out, and I think it still came in right of the cup. And then the third time I came out and I lined up where I was dead center again, where I was 2 rings away from the front, and I hit it great to the left, and I ended up here, and it still bounced down and stopped at the cup. But I think if we want it to land in this rough, I need to make sure that I'm real close in the front, because I think if I hit the fairway in the front, that it's got enough backspin on it that it's going to stop it on the green, and I'll just have to make a putt. That's what I think. We'll test it out. I'm taking the Guardian, and I'm taking a 0 power. I took a Marlin last time. A 0 power. I've got 1 Santa Claus ball. If I make it to the weekend round, I might use that. I might, just because of the wind, because on some wind days I think I had to pull over the sand. Okay, it is max -1 backspin, all the backspin -1, plus 50 at mid club, so it's 1.5 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.3, or minimum club. Is that min? That's mid club. Mid Guardians 1.3. All right, I got my equation, I got my stuff, I'm ready to roll. Let's get a hole in one. And I am making an adjustment from the front. In the front, I was hitting it 1-to-1, which was 30% at minimum club, or excuse me, at mid club, 30%. But now I'm upping my game to 50% at mid. 6-1, and I want to be closer in the front. Well, they changed clubs. They need to bring a smaller ball. They need to bring a 1 power ball, so that they have a little bit of room there to pull out, because they changed clubs, and I'm not sure they recognize that they did it. I'm not sure it'll matter. I think a lot of people are going to epic fail on this, and I could be one of them, because this shot right here definitely has some hints of danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. I am definitely closer in the front. I am 1 ring off in the front. 6.1, 7.03. So there's 5, 6, 7. And I'm not even going to try for the 0.3. And I hit it, I think, dead center perfect. And still underpulled it. I'm closer. But I think the trick is you got to be close up in the front. You got to be the 1 ring away from the front. You can't be cheating and trying to be in the center. And I have no idea why that would make a difference, but I've had 2 failures and 2 successes, and both successes were 1 ring off, and both failures were 2 rings off. But I still succeeded on the failures because of the backspin. It just backspin me down there. All right. I'm gonna try plus 75. Let's make a big jump. Plus 75 at mid and see what the deal is. See if we can over pull it. Hole number 17. What do we have in store for us for hole number 17? since I do not remember these holes. I am trying to hit over here, and I tried Apox max topspin 3 Powerball. I tried with just like max topspin. I had just barely enough room for my thorn. It would be better if I brought out a bigger Powerball over here, but I'm going to put a little overpower on it to get into the range. And I used my APOC, but I actually think in this situation, in this account, that my number 1 bag, is probably the bag. And hold on, I got to switch that up for a thorn. You need a thorn for your second club, or your last club here. Not the hornet, the thorn. Let's make sure if I have to switch with any of these bags. I want to try and get used to playing with this thorn. So it hits a little teeny bit farther. Accuracy is not, if you know what the numbers are, you know what the numbers are. It doesn't have as much topspin. And there are days when doing rough bumps, the hornet comes in handy because it can do some rough bumps with the 80 topspin. It does have 100 backspin. It doesn't have as much curl, and curl comes in handy, but typically if you get into a situation with your short iron where curl's a problem, you got bigger problems than that. And ball guide, it does have some of the best ball guide in the game. It's arguable. It could go either way, but I'm going to use a thorn this week. And I'm going to make sure I bring a... What do I have for balls here? I got Powerball. What really would work right here is a 444. But I don't have any of that stuff that's... I could use a 4th. This one. Oh, wait a second. This might be better. 3 side spin, 2 wind, 4. I only got 1 of them, so I'll use that. Let's make sure I got the right bag selected. I do. Okay, that extra mile doesn't hit quite as far as my APOC, but the APOC doesn't have quite as much topspin. I think it only has like 75 or 76 in the, or 74, and the extra mile's got 85. And I actually think with this wind, I could switch back to just a normal power 3 ball, a Titan. Now that I looked at, maybe we'll see what it looks like when we get out there, and then we'll make a decision. 20%, 1.2 times whatever the wind is, divided by 2.1. Yeah, I think I can use just a regular power 3 ball and leave the wind in. So you can get where my opponent's at. You're fully into your short iron range. I don't need to bring the power 4. I can just do it with a power 3 ball. I can do it with a Titan, the king of balls, max topspin. I don't even know that I need to leave the wind in. I'm going to take 5-4 out. 5.4. It's 3.1 rings. And then I'm going to push 2 of it back in. I'm going to push 1.5 of it back in. Getting it perfect. Charge your tablet, or you're going to run out of power. The screen just went dark. Perfect. Perfecto. What am I doing to the cup? You look at my notes. +10 Cataclysm. Is that right? I got light screen again. We're charging 10% to the cup times. Ooh, so close. I think it's 1.8 per ring at max. I don't have my notes with me. I just walked inside so I could plug in my device. I think I'm at max. Let's hope I'm at max. Oh shit, there's max. I'm at hell. There's man. I'm right above man. There's max. There's mid. Shit. I'm at minimum club. Seven divided by. I have no idea because I don't have my notes with me. 2.2. That's what I'm gonna do. 2. Anticipation. Still didn't have enough suck back. Arrgh. That was going towards the cup. Didn't have enough suck back. For some reason, I was thinking we were on hole number 9. Are we on hole number 8? I gotta go get my notes as soon as this hole's over. Perfect. Perfecto. It's a draw. That was number 17. We do have one more hole left. For some reason, I was thinking that was 18. 19. 20. All right, hold on. Let me get my notes. All right, we're back. Hole number 18. Hole number 18. You know what? Hold on. All right, now I'm back. I went out there and looked at them and organized them, and then I left them out there. I came back in. All right, what are we doing on hole number? We're doing it. I'm doing 20% on the drive times the drive. Let's look at the hole so I can remember. I wasn't liking what I was doing here. I think I'm trying to just lily pad, lay it up right here and go for it. But what I need to bring on the second shot is a cat, and I think I brought my sniper. I need a bigger hitting wood if I'm gonna lay it up. The wind wasn't blowing to try and help us get over to here, and it is kind of a stretch to get over with your wedge if you get caught down in there. But I think I can bring my extra mile and just a regular. Now this might be, I'm just gonna bring a Kingmaker. Let's go look at my bags. Let's find out which bag I've got a Cataclysm in. I got a Cataclysm on a big topper. A Guardian would work as well, because I don't think you need a lot of topspin on the second shot. Let's change that big topper out for an extra mile. And we'll take that bag right there with the Kingmaker. Selected it. Hole number 18. Here we roll. Here we go. Jeez, did it take you long enough, dude? The wind is going with us now, or we could try and get, if we brought out a big enough ball, we could try and blast ourselves over to the other lily pad. I think on the front we were getting a headwind. And there ain't no fighting a headwind on these holes, because it is ripping. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not like a 200% when it's going against you or due behind you. It just seems so easy to get over there. Let's see if they can make it over. Nice bounce. Bounce in the fairway. Get a roll out. Perfecto. Perfecto, my friend. I, on the other hand, am trying to just get it to right in this area. One top spin. 6-2. If I had on 20%, that'd be like 7-4. So there's 2, 4, 6, 7, 4. One ring great to the left. Now it shouldn't make any difference at all. Except make the second shot just a little bit more on the left, which is, I would prefer to be more on the right. 10% to the cup, 1.1 times whatever the wind is. B52, they're in long iron from there. It's worth getting to the lily pad. And you can get in front of that little peninsula. A B52 8. I don't even know how accurate that is. That's got to be close to 100 accurate. He moved it right around 7. Hitting it perfect. Hitting it perfect. And just whiffed it. Plus, minus 0.1 on that pull. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Cataclysm, max club, 1.8 per ring. I got a little teeny bit of a window. So it's 6.1 divided by 1.8. It's 3.72 if I added some on. I'm going to not add anything on. Just play it straight up at 338. I'd rather under pull it than over, since I'm so damn tight in this corner. 338. There's 3, 4. Isn't it perfect? Just trying to swing it around back over to the cup. There we go. Whoa down, cat daddy. Damn it. Needed more curl. Can we make it through 18 holes without dropping one? I'm on the last hole. I'm taking the last shot of the round, and I have to do my only recovery shot of the whole freaking game. Are you kidding me? Can we put any more pressure? Alright, I'm definitely at the distance. If I hit it perfect, it's going in the hole. I'm going to give myself a great to the right. And that was 75 rings great to the right. And it had to be at least 75. One ring might have. Might have, but not a 2. All right, I dropped a shot on the last hole. Look at that. I choked on the very last hole and came in 29th in the opening round. That should be enough. That might be enough to get me into the weekend round. Maybe 27's at the top. Picking up 3. Yep. All right, there we have it. We'll see if that makes it in. Thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, leave a comment. I respond to all of them, or I at least read them all. If I do respond to them, I respond to them in a video. You know how the deal. You know the deal. Like 50% of my watchers aren't subscribers, so like if you watch, you should subscribe. Thanks for watching.